Greetings. This is Oye Kuzi, aka Wise Nubian. It's been a while since I made a video. One of the major reasons why I haven't made videos because I usually repetitiously talk about the same thing. Have a lot of flaws, like we all do, where we are dealing with a lot of things that comes into our life that makes things very difficult, such as opinionated people, such as hard times, such as music being too loud that I can't hear myself because I'm not talking loud enough. I've been doing a lot of internal searching to better myself, and I can say I've been very happy with myself. I've been listening to a lot of controversies around the world. I normally talk about things that's domestically right here in so-called America, but today I'm going to stress my outlook to you outside of just the confinements of America. Number one, I've been saying for a long time that we should stop utilizing the names that the colonializers have put upon us. But for some reason, people outside of the diaspora tend to continue to support the concepts of African and black when that is not our name, our identity, or it has no connection to who we are as a race of people. I've tried to encourage people to know the truth with a lot of ignorance, response, and non-response to not even identifying what I'm saying is true or not. I've tried continuously to encourage people of color to know their language, their heritage. You come from a country, you have a name, you have a nationality, you have a culture. And if you can't identify with that and speak on that and promote that in your communication to other races of people of color who look similar to you but not the same, then you're destroying the reason of communication, in my opinion. We all come from the motherland, clear. It was known as Nubia, it was known as Kush, but it was never known as Africa. That was a name that was given to us by colonializers, by pale-skinned faces from another race, from another continent. The name black is the same way. You cannot utilize a name that's based on derogatory description and identify yourself with it as though it's normal. That's insane. But unfortunately, a large amount of people of color do that. And I am saying to you, you really need to stop, because you're hurting the rest of the nations of people all over the world that has a remote look like you, because you identify them in a negative way. Know the meaning of a word that you use, and know that it's created to down you, not to uplift you. Media has been very horrible toward people of color around the world, putting us in a category that has been very derogatory. Right there in China, they disregard the concept of anything that represents people of color in a high level, because they say, well, you are poor, you this and that. Of course, half of these people haven't even came to the motherland to see for themselves how advanced it is. And they won't come because it's not really important to them. And we can have the same observation of them, okay? You know, I can easily detect that Asian people come from a retarded gene, because most people with Down syndrome look like Asian people. Case in point. I'm melanin has proven throughout the world that that is the best complexion to receive the sun rays, D vitamin, and be the healthiest. Our bone structure, the density of who we are, the beauty of who we are, the intelligence of who we are has been proven time and time again based on our complexion that we are stronger, healthier than any other race on the planet. But do that be promoted? Of course not. We have constantly tried to simulate other races, and I define we very selectively. We as in people of color who wishes to support and follow the Caucasian culture, because I tell you, I'm not one of them. There's a large amount of people who love themselves, know who they are, and proud of who they are. I'm one of them people. I seek to marry a dark-skinned woman of color. I seek to connect with people of color from the motherland. I seek to do business with my people. I love my people of color, and I will never, ever disgrace them by acknowledging them as simple people that this society tried to dictate me to do. I live in America. I'm shameful of that, without a doubt. I live around people of color who have no respect for themselves, no respect for me, and definitely no respect for the continent and the ancestors who have shed much blood to be here in America. A lot of stuff in America has caused women and men of color who have been herded into groups and forced to have sex and to reproduce, and cause our people to go insane, to be prudent, mentally unstable, and not balanced whatsoever. And these same people tries to put you down, laugh at you from the motherland, and call you names that don't apply to your nationality, language, history, culture, or identity. I have for a long time been very agitated with my own bloodline integration of the African American women of color, as they call themselves, and all the individuals who have not identified themselves as original people from the motherland and be proud of who they are. And I have fought for 30 years to try to get our people to work together, help each other, and build. And I have failed. Not because I haven't put forth the effort, but the people in this diaspora do not wish my assistance. They do not wish to interact with me and see what I'm doing is on point. They are not interested in anything that I'm promoting, even though it's good for us. I have many skills, many talents. I have many ways of doing great things for my people who want it to be done. I have failed only to them because they don't see the achievement of what I'm attempting to do as a goal that one should seek out to do. So I have focused and turned in my energy on my children and focused on building and raising them and helping them. I recently went through a situation where I was falsely accused of abusing my youngest daughter because I took her to the emergency room to have her fixed because she had an issue with walking on her toes. The racist doctor who saw me assumed very negative things about me, falsely accused me of multiple things that had nothing to do with her health, and it all came back not true. Now I have to sue them in order to get my point across to prove that I am not the monster they tried to paint me to be. I went through the Children Family Services, CPS, whatever you call it, and they have found me not guilty. They have said I've done everything, cooperate with everything they did, but the point is they put me through it, and they knew I was not guilty in the beginning. These are the things that men of color in this society always go through continuously, and they never fight back. So things like this are deemed unfair. And a lot of people assume that men of color are tyrants, monsters, criminals that they never were. They was given a title and they kept it because they didn't have the energy to fight it. They had too much on their plate, and they was going on with their own civil battles within their own compounds of their family, domestic issues with the woman that they chose to make their mate. When you have that kind of energy going on, it's impossible for you to make any type of righteous decision to be free of the tyranny of other races who condemn and put you in the social media of lies that you're not a part of. Those who prevail and make it through and identify are usually well off and have enough money to make a difference. It is true, in America, only if you're rich do you get proved innocent. Only if you're rich do you get respect from everybody else. If you're poor, then that's an automatic criminal tag because they say you're poor, so you're insignificant. Well, I'm here to tell you that's not true. We can prevail if we work together and stop identifying with what the European-minded people of the Western atmosphere dictate to us as truth and false. I believe that if we work together and we build our own society with our own mindset, with our own culture, with our own everything, we can make a difference. But if we continue to practice and follow the Western culture, we will fail every single time. I have a multitude of things that I want to do with people of color in America. The problem is, most people in America are docile. They don't want to change because they are uncomfortable, they are afraid, they don't have the zeal to want to make a difference. And by not having the zeal to make a difference, then they stay where they at. I've met people who are well off, have nobody to take care of but themselves, but they won't support me. I've met people who work and give everything they can to the community that don't give nothing back. I've seen people who are very intelligent, brilliant, but won't come out of that shell and work with another person like them. I could go on for days telling you about people who have potential and capabilities of making a difference, but they are stuck. They're stuck because they refuse to listen to people like myself who want to make a difference and combine our strength together to change. Everybody have different philosophies about change. My statement to them is, does it work for the mass? Can we make a difference? If we combine our resources together, can we actually make a difference? Can we make movies? Can we do documentaries? Same thing. Can we build houses? Can we grow food? Can we combine our monies together to build a better community? Can we get our culture, our languages, and everything together and start working from that platform? Why can't we do it? What reason is it that we are not doing that? My concerns are very legit. The reason why we haven't been successful at any of this because the key word, we are not working together. I work very hard, continuously trying to come up with a way to help my people preserve and prosper in a positive way and not be caught up on the colonial stereotypes of this Western society. Young man got on the video. I can't really pronounce the name right because I haven't watched him enough to download his name in my subconscious mind. But he's a Ghanaian man that lives in China. He speaks various languages. And he's very keen on encouraging we are all humans, we all come from the motherland, and we all should identify from the motherland. Even though he's on point, he's very unconnected to reality. He somehow forgot the oppressions and the abuse that has taken place in the motherland as well as other diasporas where people of color was forced into slavery, mentally destroyed, physically destroyed, and identity-wise destroyed. When you take on your oppressor's identity, culture, language, and history, you have destroyed your ancestors. He brought up Wakanda and Black Panther. Black Panther was made and created by a Caucasian man. He saw the name that was forced upon people of color back in the early 30s, who was a group of warriors who was in the armed forces fighting in the war overseas. And when they came back to America, they were still killed, punished, and mutilated by the very people who they fought for in that foreign land. In that foreign land, they was treated like kings and treated like humans. When they came back to the land that their forefathers who was put into slavery was forced to be subservient to them, they was murdered and hung and put in jail and called criminals and misled and was put in terrorism situations. People of color have been terrorized for so long in their land, in foreign land, and yet no one seems to acknowledge that. They continue to blame men of color for everything. They blame us for our round face. They blame us for our full lips. They blame us for our wide nose. They blame us for our kinky hair. They blame us for our culture. They blame us for our language. They blame us for our prudency. They blame us for our kindness. They blame us for our love that we have for the world. They blame us for everything. They try to criminalize us. And yet, so many people of color accept it. And that's a horrible situation. We can't accept that anymore. People of color need to work together and come up with solutions. I'm going to be the first to make a change. I will find my wife in the motherland. I will do traditional mating with her, and I will court her through the male that represents the family in the motherland. I will get that wife. I will do everything I'm supposed to do, and I will live that Nubian culture way. I will do my export-import trades. I will create places where people can live and function and build together. You have in America, Chinatown, all over the place. You have every culture have their place where they work together. I will create with brothers who believe in me, Nubian town, where we will have culture, we will have everything that represents who we are in that town, and we will participate in the culture that will uplift our people and make us strong. We will utilize our money, our culture, and our way of life. We will build a foundation, and we will be nutritionally in order. We will be mentally in order, and we will know the true history, not his story, but our story of what has occurred to our people and how we can stop being manic depressed, post-traumatic stress, and terrorized in a society that has no love for us. I plead with my brothers and sisters who are on the same path I am to work with me to build a difference. We have to get rid of the religion of other races. We have to get rid of the cultures of other races. We have to let go of everything that is not healthy and help us as original people to identify with our culture and who we are. We have to let it go. We have to be proud of our languages, our clothing, our culture, and our prudence in our lifestyle. We have to let go of negativity and anything that will be bad for us. We have to let it go. We can indulge in tradition, but we have to do it with balance, order, and reasoning in order to make it work. I want to bring a family of people of color together to build a society that will help us be strong mentally, physically, and spiritually. I want our people to get out of the skin of the negativity, Negropean mindset, European mindset, prejudice, bias, racist mindset that denounce our creed, our heritage, our foundation. This is what I'm talking about. I want my people of color from the motherland to build together in every nation where we will come together and give only our best talents, skills, and capabilities. And we will build a real Wakanda. But I will call it Nubia again. I will call it original Kush. I will call it people of color from all diaspora in the motherland. And we will come together and build our society appropriately. And we will be advanced the way the fictional characters of Wakanda claim. But we will do better than that. We will live it, breathe it, and practice it in every step, in every way of our life. Nubia forever.